Welcome to Basic Thermodynamics class. We are discussing chapter 4 8 standard cycles. In this class we solve some problems based on a Otto cycle. So before going to solve the problems, we will discuss what are the formulas used for the Otto cycle. So we all know that the Otto cycle is also called as a constant volume cycle, for which the petrol and the gas engines will work on the Otto cycle. So this cycle involves mainly the 4 sequential operations: 1 to 2 adiabatic compression, 2 to 3 constant volume process, and 3 to 4 adiabatic expansion, and 4 to 1 is a constant volume process, where at 4 to 1 heat is rejected. So before going to that process, in the last class we'll discuss some formulas related to the Otto cycle. So that one is, first one is in a compression ratio. So what is in a compression ratio means, it is nothing but the ratio of the total volume by the clearance volume, and total volume of the cylinder is nothing but the sum of the clearance volume plus swept volume divided by clearance volume is called as a compression ratio. And the swept volume of the cylinder is denoted is equal to pi by 4 d square L, where d is the diameter of the cylinder and L is the length of the stroke. L is the length of the stroke, and Vc is called as a clearance volume. And a standard efficiency of Otto cycle in terms of any compression ratio is equal to 1 minus 1 divided by R power gamma minus 1, where R is called a compression ratio and gamma is called an adiabatic index, and it is a constant value, it is in a 1.4, and we can write that efficiency also as a output by input. So output is nothing but the whatever the work done by the Otto cycle is called a work is called a output, and input is a we are giving a heat supply, here giving heat to the system at a constant volume, that is represented with the Q1, W by Q1, and we can write the W also heat supplied minus heat rejected. So these three formulas we can use for solving the problems of an adiabatic, solving the problems of an Otto cycle. First one is R is equal to Vc plus Vs by Vc. The compression ratio is equal to total volume of the cylinder by clearance volume of the cylinder, and the total volume of the cylinder is Vc plus Vs by Vc, and the swept volume is equal to pi by 4 d square L. Second formula is A standard efficiency of Otto cycle efficiency is equal to 1 minus 1 divided by R power gamma minus 1, where R is called the compression ratio and gamma is an adiabatic index. And efficiency is equal to output by input, we can also write like this: output is a work done, input is a heat supplied at the constant volume. And Otto cycle consists of the 4 sequence of operations, and for that 4 sequence of operations what are the formulas we can use, so I will tell. The first one, 1 to 2, is the adiabatic compression. So adiabatic compression, so T2 by T1 is equal to V1 by V2 gamma minus 1. For the problem solving, we have to calculate the silent futures of a temperature, pressure, volume at each point of an Otto cycle. For the calculations, we use the relations between the temperature and volume and the pressure and volume. So already we discussed these formulas in the second chapter of the thermodynamic process under the adiabatic process. So all of you know that the relation between temperature and volume, pressure and volume. Once again I am writing here, T2 by T1 is equal to V1 by V2 whole power gamma minus 1, or P2 by P1 is equal to V1 by V2 whole power gamma. So this is a 1 to 2 adiabatic process. And coming to the second process, it is a constant volume process, where here heat is supplied to air from a hot body. Here the volume of the air remains constant. That's why we can write as a PT is directly proportional to the temperature, and the process represents a T2 to 3. That's why P2 by P3 is equal to T2 by T3, because here the volume remains constant. The volume remains a constant means there is a no work done there is no work done in the system, so work done is 0, but the pressure and temperature, both the pressure, as the pressure increases, temperature increases, because both the pressure is directly proportional to the temperature. Both the pressure and temperature of the air increases maximum value in the cycle. Due to the heat addition, there is also increase in the entropy. Due to heat addition, there is also increase in the entropy. So here we are giving heat to the system, that at the process 2 to 3. So heat supplied is represented by the Q1. Q1 is equal to mCV T3 minus T2, where m is the mass of the fuel, Cv is the calorific value of the fuel, T3 and T2 are the temperatures at the point 3 and point 2. And coming to the third process, that is an adiabatic expansion, it takes place in the 3 to 4. Here the air expands adiabatically, that the work energy transferred to the surroundings and somehow expense of the internal energy, and here the heat there is no heat transfer here. If there is a no heat transfer means we all know that dq is equal to ds dt. dq is equal to ds dt means the dq is equal to 0, means ds dt is equal to 0, means entropy remains constant as there was a no heat transfer takes place at this process, and the pressure and the volume, pressure and temperature and volume decreases from 0.3 to 0.4. Pressure, temperature and the volume decreases from 0.3 to 0.4, and there is the relations of a temperature, volume, pressure and the volume. T3 by T4 is equal to V4 by V3 whole power gamma minus 1. P3 by P4 is equal to V4 by V3 whole power gamma. And coming to the fourth process, that is one a constant volume process, whereas heat is rejected from air to the cold body. During the heat rejection also we are maintaining at the constant volume, and during the heat rejection the entropy decreases. Here the entropy decreases and the pressure and temperature is also decreases. Pressure and temperature also decreases to the initial state. So after that the cycle is completed. So heat rejected I am writing as a Q2 is equal to mCV T4 minus T1. So these four formulas are very important to solve the problem of an Otto cycle. And we all know that in the last class we discussed some PV, how to draw PV diagram and the TS diagram of the Otto cycle. Just look PV diagram and the TS diagram of Otto cycle in the next slide. Sir, representation of an Otto cycle on PV diagram. So you all know that 1 to 2 adiabatic compression, 2 to 3 constant volume heat addition, 3 to 4 adiabatic expansion, 4 to 1 constant volume heat rejection. So in the exam point of view, if they ask draw the PV diagram of the Otto cycle means you have to draw the diagram and you have to represent what is on 1 to 2 and 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 1 also. Not simply draw like the diagram like this. So you have to represent what is a 1 to 2. After drawing the diagram, write 1 to 2 is adiabatic compression, 2 to 3 constant volume heat addition, 3 to 4 adiabatic expansion, 4 to 1 constant volume heat rejection. And it is better to write the efficiency of an Otto cycle in terms of a compression ratio. Efficiency is equal to 1 minus 1 divided by R power gamma minus 1, where R is a compression ratio and gamma is an adiabatic index. R in terms of a stroke volume and the clearance volume is a R is equal to total volume by clearance volume. So total volume is nothing but clearance volume plus swept volume, and R is equal to Vc plus Vs by Vc. That is the formula for the R. So you have to write all the four sequential process like 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, and write the names of all the process also. And for the TS diagram also same, you have to write these four process name. This is a TS diagram. 1 to 2. Here see that the entropy is a constant at 1 to 2. Next 2 to 3, 3 to 4. Here 3 to 4 also entropy remains constant because no heat transfer takes place. That's why the entropy remains constant at 1 to 2 and 3 to 4. And see that the temperature is also increases from 1 to 2 and next 2 to 3, 3 to 4 and 4 to 1 it comes again decreases. 4 T4 to T1 it again decreases. In the last class we'll solve two problems. So continuation from third problem will start in this class. An engine has a swept volume of 80 cc and clearance volume of 10 cc. Find its compression ratio. An engine has a swept volume. What is the given data? Swept volume 80 cc. Vs is equal to 80 cc and the clearance volume is 10 cc. Find its compression ratio. So first write the given data. Vs 80 cc, Vc 10 cc, and we all know that the compression ratio R is equal to Vc plus Vs by Vc. I am writing the data. Clearance volume 10 cc, swept volume 80 cc. We know that the compression ratio R is equal to Vc plus Vs divided by Vc. So substitute the values of Vc and Vs in the formula. R is equal to 10 plus 80 plus 10. So 10 plus 80 90 divided by 10. So it is a compression ratio is 9. So this problem is important for only 1 mark. So for C18 it's part A consists of a 1 mark, part B 3, part C 5 marks. So these questions, these type of questions are only for 1 mark. They given both the swept volume and the clearance volume. Simply they ask what is the compression ratio. If you know the formula of the compression ratio R is equal to Vc by Vc, we can calculate what is the compression ratio of Otto cycle. 10 plus 80 divided by 10. 10 plus 80 is 90 divided by 10. 90 plus 10, 9. So this is the compression ratio of an Otto cycle. So next problem. Find the increase in the percentage of air standard efficiency of Otto cycle if the compression ratio increased from 6 to 7 and take gamma value 1.4. So they mentioned it is an Otto cycle and what they asked, what is the increase in the percentage of air of standard efficiency of Otto cycle if the compression ratio is increased from 6 to 7. We know that if the compression ratio is increasing, automatically the air standard efficiency is also increased. In this question, what amount of the percentage is increased when the compression ratio is increased from 6 to 7. So first calculate the, for the compression ratio of 6 how much the air standard efficiency, and next for the compression ratio 7 how much the air standard efficiency, and next compare how much there is change between 6 and 7, how much change in the efficiency, how much change in the efficiency of the compression ratio 6 and 7. So first I am writing the data. Compression ratio 6 and 7, and we know that the air standard efficiency of Otto cycle is 1 minus 1 divided by R power gamma minus 1. 1 minus 1 divided by R power gamma minus 1. So first you have to take 6 value, and they mention that the gamma is also 1.4. So I am substituting here. Efficiency is equal to 1 minus 1 divided by 6 power 1.4 minus 1. So first you have to calculate this part. first you have to calculate this part. 1.4 minus 1, it is 0.4. After that 6 power 0.4 and you will get some answer. Then next 1 divided by answer. After that 1 minus. So many students will forget, will they do calculation only this part. Only 1 divided by 6 power 1.4 minus 1. They will forget how to calculate 1 minus that this part. So be careful in doing calculations. 1 minus 1 divided by 6 power 1.4 minus 1. So it is 51.16 percentage. When the compression ratio is 6, the air standard efficiency is 51.16 percentage. Then next we will take the compression ratio 7. So the same formula, efficiency is equal to 1 minus 1 divided by r power gamma minus 1. Simply put r is equal to 7 and gamma is equal to 1.4, we will get answer. Efficiency is equal to 1 minus 1 divided by 7.14 minus 1, it is 54.08 efficiency. Then how much increases? 51 to 54 means percentage increase in A standard efficiency. 54 is for 7 and 51 is for 6. 54.08 minus 51.16 divided by 51.16. It is 5.7 percentage increase in the A standard efficiency of Otto cycle when the compression ratio is increases from 6 to 7. 6 to 7. First calculate the efficiency for compression ratio 6, after that 7. Next there is a percentage increase means 54 minus 0.8 minus 51.16 divided by 51.16 into 100, it is a 5.7 percentage. 5.7 percentage. Next problem. A gas engine working on Otto cycle has a cylinder diameter 80 mm, stroke 110 mm. If the clearance volume is 10 to the power of minus 4 meter cube, find the air standard efficiency. Assume gamma is equal to 1.4. So here what they given? Given it is an Otto cycle. So I am highlighting that. What is the problem here? Otto cycle problem only, and they given the cylinder diameter. So diameter of the cylinder is 80 mm and the stroke is 110 mm, means nothing but the length of the stroke is 110 mm, and the clearance volume 10 to the power of minus 4 meter cube. Find the air standard efficiency of Otto cycle. We all know that the air standard efficiency of Otto cycle efficiency is equal to 1 minus 1 divided by r power gamma minus 1. First I am writing the given data. Diameter of the cylinder 80 mm. Length of the stroke where I am representing with L 110 mm. Clearance volume 10 to the power of minus 4 meter cube. Gamma value 1.4. And what is the formula for the stroke? Volume of the stroke pi by 4 d square L, and A standard efficiency, and efficiency is equal to 1 minus r power gamma minus 1. So first we have to calculate the r value. R is equal to Vc plus Vs by Vc. So first, before calculating the compression ratio, we have to calculate the stroke volume. So here they given the diameter and the length also. Substitute here in the stroke volume pi by 4 d square L, we will get stroke volume. After that we will calculate the compression ratio R. Pi by 4 d square L, pi by 4 d is 0.08 square, L 0.11. So stroke volume is equal to 5.529 into 10 to the power of minus 4 meter cube. So after getting the stroke volume, we can calculate the R value by using the formula Vc plus Vs by Vc. So substitute Vc value and Vs value, we will get the compression ratio value. R is equal to 10 power minus 4 plus 5.529 into 10 to the power of minus 4 divided by 10 power minus 4. So 10 power minus 4 is the clearance volume and this value is the stroke volume whatever we got by using pi by 4 d square L. So R value is 6.629 and after calculating the R value by using the A standard efficiency formula we can calculate the efficiency of Otto cycle. Efficiency is equal to 1 minus 1 divided by R power gamma minus 1. So efficiency is equal to 1 minus 1 divided by 6.629 whole power 1.4 minus 1 whole power 1.4 minus 1 it is 0.4. So we will get the answer as a 0.528. So in terms of percentage means into 100 is 52.8 percentage. Next problem. Compare the A standard efficiency engines working on a Carnot cycle and Otto cycle between the temperature limits 30 degrees centigrade and 870 degrees centigrade. Compression ratio is 8 for both. So here what is they asked? So I have to calculate the standard efficiency of both the Carnot cycle and the Otto cycle and they mentioned that both the cycles are maintained at the same temperature limits and the compression ratio is 8. Discussing the Otto cycle, we discuss a one point that if the temperature limits are same for both the cycles, then the efficiency of the Carnot cycle is greater than the Otto cycle. So after solving the problem, we can see that the Carnot cycle efficiency is more than the Otto cycle. So first write the given data. So the temperature limits. So out of the two 30 degrees and 870 degrees centigrade, so out of these two values the maximum temperature is 870 degrees centigrade, that is the T1. T1 is equal to 870 degrees centigrade, 870 plus 273 is 1143 Kelvin. Next minimum temperature is 30 degrees centigrade. So T2 is equal to 30 plus 273 is a 303 Kelvin. And for the Otto cycle they given the compression ratio as a 8. Compression ratio 8. So Carnot cycle efficiency is equal to T1 minus T2 divided by T1. So T1 is equal to 1143 minus T2 303 divided by T1 1143. So we will get the efficiency of the Carnot cycle and next by using the compression ratio we can calculate the efficiency of an Otto cycle. Efficiency of Otto cycle is equal to 1 minus 1 divided by R power gamma minus 1. So if you substitute the R value we will get the efficiency of the Otto cycle. So efficiency of the Otto cycle formula this one. So substitute the data in two formulas we will get the efficiency of the Carnot cycle and the efficiency of the Otto cycle. So efficiency of the Carnot cycle will get 73.5 percentage and efficiency of the Otto cycle is a 56.47. So we discussed in the earlier class, so the same temperature limits the efficiency of the Carnot cycle is greater than the efficiency of the Otto cycle. So we can see that the practically also at the same temperature limits we will get the efficiency of Carnot cycle is 73.5 and the efficiency of the Otto cycle is 56.47. So that here the 73.5 is more than that of the 56.47. So we can conclude that the efficiency of the Carnot cycle is greater than the efficiency of Otto cycle. Next question. An Otto cycle has clearance volume 0.04 meter cube and swept volume 0.32 meter cube. If the power output is 10 kilowatts, what is the heat input? If the calorific value of the fuel is 42,000 kilojoule per kg and what is the fuel consumption rate? So this problem is important for the 3 marks question, and they mention that it is in an auto cycle, and they given the clearance volume 0.04 meter cube and swept volume 0.32 meter cube, and the power output is nothing but the work done 10 kilowatts, means 10 kilojoule per second. And how to calculate the heat input? Heat input is nothing but the heat supplied, so Q1, and calorific value of the fuel is 42,000 kilojoule per kg. And what is the fuel consumption per hour? Fuel consumption per hour. What is the fuel consumption rate per hour? So write the given data. Clearance volume, swept volume. Clearance volume 0.04 meter cube, swept volume 0.032 meter cube. Power output W 10 kilowatts, or we can write as a 10 kilojoule per second. 10 kilojoule per second. Calorific value 42,000 kilojoule. So we have to find the heat input. So by using the clearance volume and the swept volume, first we have to find the compression ratio R value. R is equal to Vc plus Vs divided by Vc. So in the data they given the Vc value and the Vs value. Substitute the Vc value 0.04 and Vs value 0.32. 0.04 we will get the compression ratio as a 9. After getting the compression ratio, we all know that the efficiency of the Otto cycle formula, 1 minus 1 divided by R power gamma minus 1. 1 minus 1 divided by R power gamma minus 1. So 1 minus 1 divided by 9 power 1.4 minus 1. 1.4 minus 1 is nothing but 0.4. We will get the efficiency as a 58.56. But in the problem they asked to calculate the heat supplied. So how will you calculate the heat supplied? So based on the compression ratio, we can write the efficiency formula as this. Actual efficiency formula is nothing but the output by input. In the problem, they given the data as a output, power output. Power output is nothing but the work done. So we can write the efficiency is also a output by input. The output is nothing but the work done. Input is nothing but the heat supplied. So output by input is equal to efficiency. You can write, we want to heat supplied, so heat supplied is equal to W by efficiency. So in the data they given the W value, and by using the compression ratio we got the efficiency value is Q is equal to 17.10 kilowatts. In 1 watt is nothing but kilojoule per joule per second. So we can write this also 17.1 kilojoule per second. And as a fuel consumption rate per hour means Q divided by CV. So the CV they given as a 42,000 only per hour, means divided by 1 by 3600. So 1 by 3600 means it goes to numerator. So 17.1 into 3600 divided by 42,000, it is 1.466 kg per hour. The fuel consumption rate is equal to 1.46 kg per hour. So you have to remember this fuel consumption. How will you calculate the fuel consumption rate per hour? Means Q divided by calorific value. Whatever the amount of the heat given to the system, means heat supply divided by the calorific value of the fuel. And they asked the fuel consumption rate in per hour. So we have to convert it into the hour. So hour is nothing but how to convert the hour means second. 1 second is equal to 1 divided by 3600. So many students put here into 3600. So it's not correct. So because the hour is in denominator, so we have to change in denominator. So 1 hour is equal to 1 divided by 3600. Sorry, 1 second is equal to 1 divided by 3600 hour. So this goes to the numerator, and it is finally 1.466 kg per hour. Next problem. Find the A standard efficiency of engine working on Otto cycle if the clearance is 20% of the total volume of the cylinder, and they mention it is a clearly as an Otto cycle, and has to calculate the A standard efficiency, means efficiency of an Otto cycle 1 minus R power gamma minus 1 minus 1 divided by R power gamma minus 1, and they given only the clearance volume is to the 20% of the total volume. Here what is the total volume of the cylinder? Clearance volume plus the swept volume is nothing but the total volume of the cylinder. First write the given data. Clearance volume is 20% of total volume is Vc plus Vs. Next, A standard efficiency is equal to question mark, you have to calculate that only, and we know that the compression ratio R is equal to Vc plus Vs by Vc. So, substitute the Vc value, Vc value is a 20% of Vc plus Vs. So, I am writing here like this, equal to, I am putting same Vc plus Vc plus Vs same in a numerator, because they didn't given that the total volume how much, they given just the percentage of clearance volume is 20 percentage of total volume. So 20% means I am writing here as a 20 divided by 100, 20 divided by 100 percentage, no, that's why I am writing is a 20 divided by 100, 20 divided by 100. Bracket open, of total volume, that's why I am putting in bracket 20 percentage Vc plus Vs, Vs. So in the denominator and the numerator both Vc and Vs cancel, and it comes 100 goes to the numerator, 100 divided by 20, it is a 5, compression ratio is a 5. So 100 divided by 20 is a compression ratio 5, compression ratio is equal to 5. So if you know the compression ratio, it is easy to calculate the A standard efficiency of Otto cycle by using the formula 1 minus R 1 minus 1 divided by R power gamma minus 1. Efficiency is equal to 1 minus 1 divided by R value 5, 1.4 minus 1, 0.4. We will get the efficiency as a 47.47 percentage. For 0.4747 means you can write it is a 47.5 percentage. Is the 47.5 is a percentage of Otto cycle. Next problem. An Otto cycle operates with the volume of 0.04 meter cube and 0.4 meter cube at TDC and BDC respectively. The power output is 100 kilowatts. What is the heat input in kilojoule per second? Assume adiabatic index as a 1.4. And in these problems, see, it is very important because they didn't given directly as a stroke volume or the clearance volume. They mentioned that the volume is available volume at TDC and the BDC. So we know that where is the TDC and the BDC position. So in the last class we discussed that the TDC is nothing but the top dead center which is at the nearer to the cylinder head, and BDC is which is at the bottom dead center which is nearer to the crank. So here what the volume left behind the cylinder head and the TDC position, that is called the clearance volume, that is called the clearance. The gap between the cylinder head and the TDC is called the clearance volume. So whatever the volume at the TDC represents a clearance volume, and the BDC means as a whatever the total volume in the cylinder at the point BDC is at the point BDC means total volume. So total volume is nothing but the cylinder volume plus swept volume, cylinder volume plus swept volume. And if the power output is 100 kilowatts, power is nothing but the W, and what is the heat input? We have to calculate the heat input question mark. Assume adiabatic index 1.4. In this problem the difference is only we have to identify what is VC and what is the VC plus VS. So by using the if you know the VC and VS plus VC, we can directly calculate the R value. After getting the R value, we will calculate the efficiency, and after getting the calculating the efficiency, we know that the efficiency is equal to output by input. From that we can calculate the input. So first write the given data. Volume at TDC VC is equal to 0.04 meter cube. Volume at BDC VC plus VS 0.4 meter cube. Power output 100 kilowatts, nothing but 100 kilojoule per second. Compression ratio R is equal to VC plus VS by VC, and we know that the volume available at the BDC is the total volume. So 0.4 divided by 0.04, that is the 10. So the compression ratio is a 10. If you know the compression ratio, it is very easy to calculate the A standard efficiency of an Otto cycle. So A standard efficiency of Otto cycle formula R efficiency is equal to 1 minus 1 divided by R power gamma minus 1. 1 minus 1 divided by R power gamma minus 1. So substitute the 10 value, 1.4 minus 1 means 0.4. So efficiency is 16.19 percentage. Efficiency is 60.19. But in the problem they asked what is the heat supplied. So we know that the efficiency is in term first, the meaning is output by input. So what is the output here? The work done. Input is the heat supplied. So we can write the efficiency is equal to work done by the heat supplied. So we want only the heat supplied. So we can write this heat supplied is equal to W by efficiency. So we know the W value and the efficiency value. Simply we will get the Q value. So W value 100 kilowatts. So we can convert it into kilojoule per second. Watt is equal to joule per second, and the efficiency is 0.6019. So heat supplied is 166.14 kilowatts, that is 166.14 kilojoule per second. So here in this problem is we have to identify what is the VC and VC plus VS. So what is volume available at the TDC is nothing but the clearance volume, and the volume available at the BDC is a swept volume plus clearance volume. If you identify that, it can easily can calculate the compression ratio. After compression ratio, we can calculate the efficiency. After calculating the efficiency, we can use the formula output by input. Output is a heat work done, input is a heat supplied. So Q is equal to W by efficiency. We will get as a 166.14 kilojoule per second. Next problem. An engine working on an Otto cycle has an efficiency of 51 percentage. It has a stroke length of 150 mm and diameter 100 mm. Find the clearance volume of the engine. Here they mention it is an Otto cycle. They mention it is an Otto cycle. Otto cycle, and efficiency is 51 percentage, means you can write as a 0.51. Stroke length, here they mention that the length of the cylinder 0.15 meters. They given it is in 150 mm. So I converted into the meters. So 0.15 meters, and the diameter 100 mm. So diameter is 100 mm. So 100 mm into 10 to the power of minus 3. It is a 0.1 meters. Find the clearance volume of the engine. So we have to calculate the VC of the engine, means the volume available at the TDC. and I am taking adiabatic index as a 1.4. So, using the efficiency, first we can calculate the compression ratio. After calculating the compression ratio, we can use the compression ratio R is equal to Vc plus Vs by Vc. Why we are using that formula means, because here they given the length of the stroke and the diameter of the stroke. So L value and the D value they given. So by using L value and the D value, we can get the stroke volume. So stroke is equal to pi by 4 D square L. So we will get the stroke volume, and using the compression ratio and the stroke volume, we will get the clearance volume. So first write the given data, after calculate the swept volume, after that calculate the R value, after that by using R is equal to Vc plus Vs by Vc, we can get the clearance volume. So first I am calculating the R value. Efficiency is equal to 1 minus 1 divided by R power gamma minus 1. So 0.51 is equal to 1 divided by 1.4 minus 1. So 1.4 minus 1 is nothing but 0.4. So these minus take into the RHS side, it becomes a plus 1 divided by R power 0.4, and this plus 0.51 comes to the LHS side, it is 1 minus 0.51. So it is nothing but 0.49. So R power 0.4 is equal to 1 divided by 0.49. Just cross multiplying that, it becomes R power 0.4 divided by 1 power 0.49. So 1 power 0.49 is nothing but 2.04. So but we want only R value. So bring this 0.4 to this side, it comes like a 1 divided by 0.4. 1 divided by 0.4, R is equal to 2.04 divided by 1 divided by 0.4. So the compression ratio is 5.94. So here the calculations are very important. Cross multiplications and bringing the unknown terms to the one hand sided, either left hand sided or the right handed sided, and you have to do calculations. Be careful. So if you get the compression ratio of 5.94, after that it is very simple to calculate the clearance volume. So we know that the Vc plus Vs by Vc. So first we have to calculate the swept volume. So how will you calculate the swept volume of the cylinder? So swept volume of the cylinder pi by 4 d square L. In the data they given the d value and the L value. Substitute here Vs is equal to pi by 4 0.1 whole square into 0.15. So it is in a 0.00118 meter cube. So the swept volume is 0.00118 meter cube. So R is equal to, I am writing here, R is equal to Vc plus Vs divided by Vc. So here we know the R value and the Vs value, and the unknown term is a Vc. So substitute all the values here. So R is equal to 5.94, and we don't know the Vc value, so Vc plus 0.00118 divided by Vc. So bring this Vc to the cross multiplication, it becomes 5.94 Vc. 5.94 Vc is equal to Vc plus 0.00118. 0.00118. So Vc, here one Vc is there, here one Vc is there. So bring this Vc to the left hand side, it becomes Vc, take Vc as a common, 5.94 minus 1. So if you, so many students, what you do means, with it, while bringing these Vc to this side also, they will write 5.94. Here take as a Vc as a common, and 5.94 minus 1, it becomes a 4.94 Vc. So is equal to 0.00118. So bring this 4.94 into the denominator. So Vc is equal to 0.00118 divided by 4.94. So the clearance volume is 0.00118. 0.00239 meter cube. So the clearance volume is only here. So in this problem, the first we have to calculate the compression ratio. After that, using the compression ratio formula, R is equal to Vc plus Vs by Vc. Swept volume also they given in the data, the swept volume is pi by 4 d square L. After calculating the Vs, so substitute the R value and the Vs value, go on simplification, we will get the clearance volume of the cylinder. So the unit is also meter cube, because the volume, no, what is the length, breadth, height, whatever volume inside the cylinder is in terms of a meter cube. So in the next class we will discuss some more problems about these are the basic problems. In the next class we will discuss about some more basic problems regarding the 4 process 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 1, by using the adiabatic relations between 1 to 2 and 3 to 4.